Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Tetra dualies, both the dark and light variants. Honestly, it's been a while since I've made a video about Tetra dualies, mainly just cause I haven't been playing them as much recently. Not because I stopped liking them or anything, but just because I've been busy playing and grinding out badges for some of the other dualies, like Glugas and Dowsers. Anyway, the whole point of this video is for me to discuss why Tetra dualies fell off in the competitive scene, and why you're not really seeing them as much in solo play either. Before we continue though, I just want to know, how many of you guys still use Tetra dualies? Do you still use them often, only occasionally, or did you completely drop them? If you use them less, why? I'd love to know what all of my viewers think. Also, please like and subscribe if you enjoy. So there's a few reasons as to why Tetra dualies aren't used much in competitive play anymore, but there's one major one, and that is Tacticooler. For nearly a year now, Tacticooler has become a must-have special weapon in the competitive scene. Nearly every team runs one. As I'm sure you know, Tacticooler gives a variety of benefits to any player that grabs a drink. You get some insane speed perks, but more notably, you get a guaranteed instant respawn if you die while the effects are still active. That right there is what killed Tetra dualies. If you've seen my videos before, you know what I'm getting at here. I've preached time and time again that Tetra's entire niche revolves around running a crap ton of quick respawn and just repeatedly going in and being a distraction. I explained its whole role in this video that I did with Prochara around a year ago, by the way, if you're interested. Here's the thing though. Tacticooler basically allows any weapon to serve that role. With how long Tacticooler effects last, along with how much it's being spammed in the current meta, teams pretty much always have a Tacticooler on the field, which means that pretty much any weapon can have the guaranteed quick respawn. Let's talk about the main weapon of Tetra dualies for just a second. In high level play, the weapon is not particularly good. It loses to pretty much everything, only having a few winning matchups against some low tier weapons, like Dapple dualies and Arrow Spray. It would normally have a decent matchup against common meta picks like Splattershot and Splashomatic, but with them always having a Tacticooler active, their mobility is going to be enhanced. This allows a lot of weapons that would normally struggle against Tetra be able to keep up with its mobility. So even that niche that Tetra's had is now gone because of Tacticooler. So let's get this straight. Tetra's role of having a quick respawn zombie playstyle and just going in and constantly being a distraction can now be performed by essentially any frontline weapon, including weapons that are just better mains, such as the Splattershot or 52 gal. Tetra also has lost some of its only winning matchups because of the speed perks that Tacticooler is constantly giving. So if you're a competitive player who wants to have the best chance at winning, what reason would you ever have to use Tetra dualies? Its niche can be performed by other better main weapons, and it loses to pretty much everything notable now. If you've been following the comp scene for a bit, you may remember that in early Splatoon 3, Dark Tetras were actually pretty good, being close to a top tier weapon. But as soon as Tacticooler received those notable buffs and entered the meta, Tetras fell off hard, as well as some of the other weapons that shared a similar playstyle, like the Splatana Wiper. As long as Tacticooler is prominent in the meta, Tetras never will be. And that sucks. Plus, let's talk about the obvious now. The kits. Both Tetra kits are very mid to say the least. One has a decent sub and a trash special, the other one has a trash sub and an okay special. So, I'll ask you once more. Why would a competitive player who wants the best chance of winning use Tetra, an outclassed weapon that doesn't even have good kits, when you can use a better main weapon with a better kit that can also perform its role more effectively? We can cope all we want, but the harsh reality is, right now, Tetras are dead. But that's just for competitive play though. What about solo play? Obviously, Tacticooler isn't going to be spammed as much in a solo setting, since teams can't coordinate what weapons they're using. So, are Tetras better there? Well, not really. I mean, you can perform your role more easily, that's for sure, but the reality is, the zombie QR playstyle just isn't super viable in a solo setting. It's way more effective in a team setting. I mentioned this in the video with Prochara, but a playstyle that revolves around just constantly distracting and dying doesn't work most of the time in solo. I mean, it can in some rare instances if your team knows how to play around it, but it's solo. What are the odds that you're actually going to get good teammates who know how to coordinate around your playstyle? Yeah, it's not likely. In solo play, staying alive matters so much. It doesn't matter if you have quick respawn. You need to be able to stay alive and hold down the fort, because you can't rely on your random teammates being good enough to do that for you. That's why all of those close range shooter weapons are so good in X rank, because they can do everything. They can paint, they can slay effectively while staying alive, they have good kits, they synergize more with the other meta weapons, none of which we can say about Tetra. So in conclusion, Tetras might be slightly better in solo play, but not by much. There's still really no reason to use it besides just liking the weapon. Which leads me into the final thing that I wanted to talk about, me. Some people might be wondering, well, if Tetras are so bad, are you still going to use them? My answer to that is yes, I will. I'm no stranger to using Tetras when they're at their worst. I did play Splatoon 2 with main power up after all. I really don't care that it's bad, because I just enjoy the weapon. Sure, I don't play it as much now as I used to, since there are just so many other weapons that I enjoy, but I'll never give up on Tetra dualies. I just couldn't. And I'm sure there's a lot of other Tetra users who feel the exact same way. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Again, if you enjoyed, please give it a like and consider subscribing, and also leave a comment letting me know what you think about all this. Will you still use the weapon despite its many flaws, or have you already moved on? As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.